From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the Hourly News Blast. Advocate is reporting, and this is part one of a two-part story. California State Senator Scott Wiener says he was harassed, threatened, and physically intimidated at San Francisco's Trans March on Friday, forcing the out-gay Jewish lawmaker to leave one of the country's most important transgender pride gatherings in a city that has long imagined itself as a refuge. Wiener, a Democrat who represents San Francisco and is running for the congressional seat long held by retiring House Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi, said in a statement posted to Instagram that two incidents this week showed how easily political anger can curdle into something more menacing. Last night, I attended the Trans March, as I've done each year for the past 22 years. Since the first march in 2004, Wiener wrote, I attend each year in solidarity with our trans siblings who are facing existential threats from right-wing extremists, including the president. The San Francisco Trans March, first held in 2004, is one of the largest annual gatherings for transgender and gender nonconforming people in the world. It is part protest, part mourning ritual, part family reunion, and remains a place where people who are targeted by law, policy, and street violence gather in public and insist on being seen. This year, Wiener said he could not safely remain. He said he was walking through Dolores Park to attend a trans-led Pride Shabbat service connected to the march when a group began screaming at him, ran toward him, surrounded him, and harassed him both verbally and physically, including physical contact. They made statements about my Israeli handlers, among many other inaccurate, extreme, and vile statements, Wiener said. They were so physically and verbally aggressive that it was impossible for me to safely remain in the park. As a result, Wiener said he left and did not participate in the march for the first time since its founding. San Francisco's Pride season unfolded this year against a national backdrop of escalating attacks on transgender people, including federal and state efforts targeting gender-affirming care, public accommodations, identity documents, and school sports. But the incident involving Wiener also revealed a fracture inside progressive and LGBTQ plus spaces. Anger over Israel's war in Gaza has, in some cases, blurred into the targeting of Jewish people and public figures specifically as Jews. A video that circulated online Friday showed demonstrators confronting Wiener as he tried to leave, criticizing his positions on Gaza and housing, while also acknowledging his record on LGBTQ plus legislation. In one person can be heard telling Wiener, I think your legislation on trans issues is fantastic, before the exchange escalates. You do not belong here, Scott, anymore, the person said. It sucks because you've been wonderful. You've been wonderful for trans people, and you've been terrible on Gaza. The person continued shouting as Wiener walked away. Scott, do you have anything to say? Do you have anything to say about Gaza? The person said. How could someone like you do this to San Francisco? The same person later said, I want to support someone who's so positive on trans rights, but you're a piece of S. Yeah. In a statement, Wiener drew a line between protest and intimidation. I have no objection whatsoever to anyone disagreeing with me, opposing me, or protesting me, he wrote. All of that is core to democracy, but, he added, when opposition and disagreement transition into harassment, including cornering me, touching me, or trying to physically bully me out of a public event, that crosses a line. This concludes part one of the story. We will have the conclusion this evening between 10 p.m. and midnight during evening hours. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, Alexa, and wherever you find streaming radio. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.